Welcome back, guys, to Metaphor Refantazio. Well, last episode, our journey on the sea soon became a bumpy one, as during a storm we were attacked by a human, the sea horror Homo Sabra, with Fidelio and Basilio deciding to take on the tentacles to allow us to attack the main body as we defeated our harasser. As our travels continued, we talked to Fidelio in an attempt to get closer with him to receive an accessory before finishing Juna's book to reach Courage rank 4, as we soon arrive at Virga Island.
Oh-ho!
And so our long sojourn at sea will come to an end today. We should arrive around noontime, but we must make preparations to berth beforehand. Seems like the weather will be hot and humid. I like to hope we could just pop in, grab the lance, and pop right back out. I'd be lying if I said I didn't wish the same, but we'd best prepare for a long stay. This island's infamously insular and closed off. Our welcome will not be a warm one.
Then...
maybe I should take a nice cold shower before we arrive. We don't even know if there'll be real inns there for us to stay in. We have a gauntlet runner, it's not that bad.
Narrowly escaping the threat of the sea monster, the party rides the currents of the inland sea to their destination, Virga Island. Virga is a word given to the island by the mainland, meaning uncivilized. But its inhabitants give this name no purchase. Put another way, we are trespassers from a country that has unilaterally regarded the islanders as heretics. To forget this is to invite pointless conflict. As though it knows it is unwelcome, the gauntlet runner glides silently onto the island's less populated rear shore.
41! Wow!
I can't take this heat. It's enough to cook a man alive.
All my air fur is stuck together.
do we really have to go this way? There was a beautiful beach just over there.
Chin up now, milady. Easy to get a good backstab when you're coming up behind him, see?
There will be no stabbing, back or otherwise. Honestly.
It's at least true that coming at them head-on would only alarm them. First, we need to find out where this lance is.
You can bet the runner won't be spotted here, eh? Got the wide ocean on all sides. The old girl's not exactly unscathed from the beastie's clutches, so I'll stay back for a spot of repairs. Good luck on the lance hunt, what?
Who's there? Are you from the outside?
What's wrong?
I mean, I'm being talked to in my brain. I heard a voice doesn't bestow confidence to my allies. But everyone's heard a voice at some point, apart from, well, two of us. And I guess Nurus, yeah. I heard a voice.
I thought I heard a voice.
A voice? Whose?
All that salt air gets your head. Our chances out here already aren't looking too good.
So, how do we find this lance?
Ideally, we'd blend in with the locals, gather information. But if they really are all Mustari, that might be a bit tricky. Let's see. To start with, we could try staying hidden and observing the village from afar.
Sounds like a right hassle. How many days would you have us playing hide and seek?
Fair point. How long can we actually stay on this island?
Well, given the deadline for arriving in Altabury, it would be best to get the lance and leave by September the 5th.
The sooner we're out of here, the better. Let's go.
What's the date?
Hey, does this place look familiar to you?
We may be a bit lost.
You're kidding! We can't afford to get lost on some godforsaken island! This is a disaster! Oh, I'm sweating through my outfit. And these weird bugs. I've had enough!
What I give for a snack and a cold tub to dunk me head in.
Need you voice every little complaint? You are not the only ones enduring this trek.
Quiet a moment. Running water nearby. Sounds like an open space. Could be a natural spring of some kind.
What? Really? Let's head that way.
Phew. I suppose we might as well if we're lost.
Whoa! It's drinkable. Much clearer than the capital's water, too.
Oh, brilliant. I could use a dip to get the salt
Hold
off me.
on.
Who are you? Can you hear me? Then surely you must be a messenger of the Dragon God.
Is something amiss?
I'm imagining things.
Could it be a villager?
You must be the...
Priestess!
Hey, Del, let's go.
Mainlanders! You're not of this island!
Wait, listen!
Seize them!
Behave yourselves. Now, you're a candidate for the throne, are you not? Here to steal Drakodios, no doubt. And not content with that, you befouled the Priestess's cleansing pool. We need hear nothing further. You shall all be executed.
Fastest trial I've had.
Calm down. First off, you can't kill a candidate. Have you not heard of the king's magic?
You beg for your life in vain, wretch.
Hail, I'm told the priestess is ready.
Accept your fate. You're not getting out either way.
What do we do now?
It seems the brothers have fled. Perhaps they've gone to report to Neurus.
I doubt it. Those thugs are here for the lance alone. They care nothing for us.
We can work with that. Can't return without the lance anyway. But I'd rather see if we can break ourselves out, instead of counting on them to save us.
By the way, anyone else find it strange that they recognized a candidate at a glance? I wasn't expecting news to travel this far.
Probably my fault, I'm afraid. They had a lot of questions, and they weren't, gentle about asking. Well, fancy meeting you here.
Hi, Batlin. What did you do this time? Did you also drink the priestess bathwater? I'm gonna say, what did you do this time instead of you're that cry? I know who Batlin is.
What did you do this time?
Oh, you wound me, sir. I was hoping the word of the Crown Theocracy might be worth something here. Turns out, they prefer chains to questions.
But why are you here?
Why else? I heard some helpless, boneheaded twit of a candidate crossed the waters to Virga Island, so I naturally had to follow. I'd thought stowing away on that Mustari candidate ship might get me safely on the island, and, well...
And now who's the helpless twit? This is ridiculous! Why would a crier go to such lengths anyway?
Seemed as good an opportunity as any. I wanted a peek behind the Sanctus curtain, see what the truth really is. For now, we may as well be patient. You'll have your opening soon enough. The people here, well, you'll find they aren't as monolithic as they'd like.
Have you heard? The Sanctus Church has ordered its adherents to seize all divine relics.
Those zealots go too far. Surely this must be the reason for the Dragon God's wrath.
Don't be alarmed, everyone. Please remain calm.
Master Adeni.
There are trespassers upon our island, from ships other than the trade vessels. But we have already captured them. Reportedly, one is a candidate, and one is a crier from the Sanctus Church. They seek Drakodios, the lance of the Dragon God. Until now, the Church has hesitated to intrude in our homeland. We can only assume they are making their move.
I knew it. They think they're untouchable. No offense is beneath them.
That damned Borden. He's not just after our relics. He would silence us forever.
Master Adeni, put them to death! Let us see justice served!
Wait! Our captives have done nothing to hurt any of the islanders.
Why do you hesitate? If they would pervert our dearest beliefs, then they deserve only to be sacrificed. Our livestock are all maddened by disease, our seas are infested with grotesque horrors, and now even our fields lie dead and fallow. The dragon god must be appeased, else we shall never survive his wrath. It has been our way since time immemorial. When disaster strikes, we offer a sacrifice to the dragon god that he might ease our woes. It is the most basic of our teachings.
Everyone calm down. All this talk of justice, of sacrifice.
Master Adeni, would you see us repeat the tragedy of the past? With all respect, you abandoned your chase for the throne. You returned to your rightful home. Surely you have accepted that our traditions are the only way. Because of your indecision, because you faltered in your faith to the dragon god, your father and mother both.
I will have silence.
Master Adeni, please. The sacrifice. We cannot simply suffer in silence.
My brother, do not fear. I have just purified myself for the spring. I'm ready to serve as our people's sacrifice.
Yufa.
I am a priestess. I have known from birth that my life's greatest impact would be as an offering to the dragon god. Indeed, it brings me great pride. I can serve my village in a way the priestesses in times of peace could not. If our island might be saved, I will gladly give my life for it.
Oh, bless you, Priestess Yufa. We will not forget your sacrifice.
This will surely appease the dragon god. You are our last hope.
Priestess Yufa, our salvation, our future.
Prepare the ship. I will accompany her to the altar in the Dragon Temple, where Drakodios rests.
You catch that? The Dragon Temple. Sounds like that's where we'll find our lance.
I did a bit of reading on Virga Island once. Army reports say it's surrounded by an archipelago, otherwise uninhabited. And one of them islands is nothing but a massive temple.
Not another soul on them. Strange lot, these pagans. Gotta be bloody stupid to build your big important temple out where nobody can get to it.
Could be. Or maybe they weren't the ones who built it. Either way, we'll need a ship.
Sounds like we better hurry and bail our new crewmates out. All this stink in the square probably means less guards on duty.
Ugh.
Come on, Del, we can't leave him high and dry. The fair lady Juna likes him, don't she?
And the fair lady's the only one we have to rescue.
Awful cold, Del.
Not getting attached now, are you? You knew going in they might be our traitors. Look, you want to work together, then let me do the thinking, right? I've got all this under control. Oh.
Hey, Del, you're not still hurting from the sea battle, are you?
I'm fine. We'll wait till nightfall. Shadowy business, all this. Lady Juna. Let's get those bindings off. Easy does it now. Calm down, you amateurs.
Oh, thanks. I'd hoped you'd come back for us.
We know where the lance is. Let's move.
Wait, aren't you going to untie the others?
We're your bodyguards, not theirs.
What? Since when do you follow orders to the letter?
I've already told you we can't trust these people, and now it's clear we can't even trust them to protect you.
He did a fine enough job saving your life out at sea.
Del!
He's one of us now. Lord Luis gave him direct personal orders, and you'd still leave him to die. I promised Lord Luis I'd keep an eye on him too. If you get him killed, I'm the one who's failed.
Hear, hear. 3 appropriately stealthy cheers for cooperation. And I'd be very much obliged if some generous spirit could get me untied too.
Ugh. Better to let a church leech rot. You're annoying, and you talk too much.
Haha, yeah, I get that a lot. Funny thing though, I get more chatty the more distress I'm in, and I'm quite beside myself here.
We could just shut him up permanently.
No, Del. We don't want to leave a mess. If things get dicey, we've got some meat shields at the least, eh? Gonna need all the manpower we can get if we want that lance.
Is the lance somewhere dangerous?
Well, about that. Turns out this dragon god might be a bit more real than we thought. And more bent out of shape.
They're sacrificing some village lass to it, and the crowd was scared stiff besides. We can't rule out that this dragon's more than a folktale.
So we're to face a dragon? Well, that's just lovely. Untie everyone this instant. Or do you fancy better chances with fewer swords?
Oh, fine, I get it. Just give me a second. Oi, kid. Don't make me regret this.
We make such a great team.
Nice to be back on the team.
You're completely mental, you know that. Just don't drag us down. Fine, just get over here and I'll let you loose. Oh, you're going last. Considering the size of the island, there's only the one settlement. The chief's young, too, goes by Edeni or something.
Edeni? Was he not the Mustari candidate we met before? I'd no idea he was this island's ruler.
He and the sacrificial maiden are headed for the temple on one of the deserted islands. That's where we find the lance. Oh, and the girl marked for death is his sister.
His own sister?
Something about appeasing the dragon god's anger. All these islanders worship it, and they say the calamities come from its fury.
Is that true?
Course not. Just don't know whether all this superstition is rooted around an actual dragon or a made-up one.
Fair point. I'm curious about this Drakodios being a divine relic myself. If it was found in that temple, then the temple's probably an ancient ruin. Might be the perfect den for a dragon.
Should this creature exist, mortal sacrifice is beyond all reason. No torment is worth taking an innocent life for.
Oh, that's rich from a fallen knight. You think nobody makes sacrifices out there in the real world? Or is all that below you, eh? You ask me, I say at least these people are doing what needs to be done.
Huh, fair enough. Though it would seem beyond the pale, it is not our scale of morality that measures them.
Yet I refuse to stand idly by while innocent lives are at stake.
Who cares about what they do with their lives? We're here for the lance. Got enough problems without you trying to fix theirs.
These people offer up their very lives for peace. They'd only ever told me these lands were wild and uncivilized, but it's like seeing sanctism reflected in a mirror.
We'll get the spear, of course, but we won't let anyone die. That should be good enough. We've been saying it since the beginning. We help anyone in need, no exceptions. Right, my friend?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
That settles it.
Indeed. 'Tis the path we've chosen. Let us withdraw to the Sea Runner first. It shall bear us across the waters to this temple island.
Go on. Give them a chance.
Please, help my sister.
Wait, he's...
Please help my sister Yufa. The temple full of Makla.
Pull yourself together, man. He's barely breathing.
Did he just say Magla? I wonder what happened.
We need to get him to the Gauntlet Runner. No, 'tis too deep a wound for its capabilities. To the village, then.
What, are you mad? You just broke yourselves out of that damned place.
We cannot leave him to die.
I don't understand you lot.
No, this could work out for us. He's the island's chief, right? If we save his life, the whole village might come around on us.
What are you talking about? We already know where the lance is. All we have to do now is take it.
And how about this? I'll follow him because I'm assigned to keep an eye on him. And you have to keep an eye on me because you're my bodyguards, right?
Fine. Be my guest. But if it comes down to you or the lance, you know I'll have to take the lance. Whatever happens, I can't trust anyone but my family. And my Lord Luis.
Well, Batlin, looks like you'll have to repay the favor a bit earlier than expected. Go tell Neurus what's going on. To be honest, it's possible we won't make it back.
Getting a bit messy, this. Not that I mind. Consider the favor returned. The Gauntlet Runner's just further down, right?
Right. We'll carry this man back to the village. Give me a hand.
Where am I?
Chief!
I'm still alive. You're in one of my spare rooms at the inn.
You see, these people brought you here.
Wonders never cease. It's you. But you were being hunted. How did you manage to return safely?
2 of my companions acted as decoys to draw the soldiers away. That was all it took for us to sneak in.
Chief, what happened? Where is your sister?
We made it to the temple, but the air was thick with magla. Some of the island's beasts have turned feral.
You mean the melancholia set in?
They made short work of our guards. Yufa and I were separated. I was the only one who fled to the sea.
My word. Then we need to gather more troops. If we don't act, the ritual...
No. Our soldiers cannot stand against those horrors. We'd only be sending more to their deaths.
But...
Then we can do the honors. We've our own reasons to see the lance. And such monsters do not frighten us. But there's something I need to ask you first. Assuming we find your sister, what would you have us do with her? Are we ensuring you complete the sacrificial ritual? Or are we bringing her back?
Please, bring her home. When we left for the Temple Island, I'd intended to let Yufa escape. But when I saw no fear or hesitation in her eyes, I faltered. That's when I realized. It's not just the fate of the island that we've placed on her shoulders. She's been trying to bear all our fears and anxieties. Her life is in your hands. Even if her sacrifice would save us, I don't care. Please, save her from the curse we've placed on her.
Well said. Spoken like a true leader. Leave it to us. I pledge we will see her safely returned. You've no objections, I trust, Captain?
Yes. Let's get her back.
Right. We're not in the business of abandoning people.
Right. We'll save your sister. In return, though, would you be willing to lend us Drakodios?
So be it.
What? That is the very symbol of our faith!
If they've the strength to overcome the Temple's trials, then they could have already taken the lance for themselves. Yet still they seek permission. I trust them. It seems like they really do believe in what they say.
But they're not like us. They're outsiders.
It doesn't matter what tribe they are. They're people just like us. If the race on the mainland taught me anything, it's that.
Wait, it'll take more than a day to save her, right? Not to be morbid, but will your sister survive that long?
She knows those halls better than I do. If she's found a safe enough chamber, she can stay out of sight. And I made sure to bring food to the temple when we left. She could survive for even 4 weeks. Yufa is a priestess. She knows her life is too valuable to the ritual not to keep going. Your offenses will be pardoned. Anything you need, I'll try to provide. So please, save Yufa.
Well, glad we talked our way out of being thrown back in a cell. This place is rather cozy, especially compared to a prison.
To be free of the bugs is its own comfort.
Wait, weren't you staying in Broilhaven? What kind of rundown hovels do you board in?
Finally, we may come and go as we please. Even if we must bow to Luis's whim, we need not draw the same ire.
I know, right? But lifting the prince's curse will only be the beginning. The public has to recognize him as the rightful king too.
Considering the road ahead, it might do to help as many people as we can while we hunt the lance. And ideally, keep the other candidates in check too.
All done with negotiations, are you?
I don't know what we'd do without you. It's amazing how you can lead those guards on such a long chase and turn up none the worse for wear.
No one alive can catch a couple of platypus lads in the woods.
Our job's to get the lance. I assume that hasn't changed? Then nothing else matters.
Well then, let's lay out our situation. Our destination is the Dragon Temple, built on a nearby deserted island. Once there, we search the temple for the divine relic, Drakodios. And while we're in there, we'll also be looking for the village priestess, Yufa.
The hell we will. I thought we made it clear we were here for the lance.
According to Edeni, the lance's actual place in the temple is a close-guarded secret, known only to the priestess herself.
Never simple, is it?
We've got two problems to worry about. Firstly, by now, the temple's positively awash with melancholia. We should expect monsters, and lots of them. And secondly, there is a possibility that this dragon god of theirs is an actual living, and therefore angry, dragon.
Hope we don't have a battle like that ahead of us. But we'd better make sure we don't lose if we do.
And be quick about it, yeah? If you miss your deadline, Lord Luis will assume you're all traitors.
That puts our deadline in 17 days. Beyond that, we can't say if the priestess would survive.
Your pardon? You all, you're going to save Priestess Yufa?
Wouldn't have to if you hadn't sent her to die.
Yes, I know. You're exactly right. But you have to understand, not everyone here wanted sacrifice. To see a girl her age going willingly to die. She's as young as my own child. It's not right. So please.
We will see the girl safely home. You have our word.
Tis a strange irony. We came only for the lance, but even that pursuit has earned us a chance to save a life.
Oddly familiar. You sought me intent on capture, and instead convinced me to join you. You have a knack for opening doors others have closed.
Well, let's get some rest for tomorrow. Getting lost in the wild and captured by soldiers really takes it out of you.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
I wonder what kind of place the Dragon Temple is.
We gotta prep.
Let's talk about what we need on the island first. When you're ready, the Gauntlet Runner is on the eastern beach of the island. Well, we are here on Virga Island, and it's been a lot of cutscenes in our hot and humid lands. Something's in the memorandum. Virga Island itself, an island of the inland sea south of the kingdom. In the center of the archipelago sits an old village home to many Mustari. It is the sole area of the kingdom untouched by Sanctus proselytizing. The Mustari and major cities on the mainland are often disdained as pagans, adding to the public impression that the island is uncivilized. And the Dragon Temple, which we'll be going to sometime in the near future. A temple, that's what we call them, a temple of the Mustari faith that stands on an uninhabited island in the north of the archipelago, home to the garden deity, the dragon god, and likely resting place of the divine relic Drakodios. Rumors suggest the true reason the Crown Theocracy has never tried to extend its reach to Virga's Island is because it does not want to risk its believers seeing something in the temple. What truth lies hidden? I want to always call Drakodios. Drakodios, not Drakodios. Drakodios. I want to say it quick, snappy, fast, but that's wrong. Well, we got a place to check out. Obviously, more quests will get. Oh no, wait a second. I forgot. This isn't the period of time where we get quests, isn't it? We literally go from here into the temple, then we leave after doing some certain things, isn't it? That's how that works out. Because you got a lot of questions. We got X amount of days to go. But before we do, we haven't even made a bond with a certain someone yet, which is very confusing. Because ideally we want to get the bond up to, like, say, was it rank 3-ish? Gets the second kind of, like, silence skill. So 2 inheritance slots would be pretty nice. At least. You know, some wiggle room would be nice. Always is.
What can I do for you?
Welcome, travelers. As per our chief's request, you will find rest here whenever you need it. I see we can still talk to people before we go in. And only 17 days or whatever it is. Look at the calendar here. course, when it says 4 weeks, our weeks are only 5 days long. So you got to count it as 20 days total, but it turns out it's less than that. So we are going into next month entirely. And it said originally that we should be leaving on the 5th, didn't it? Which is 17 days. 1, 2, 12. That's 17 days, yeah. So while we haven't got the marker on here yet, that is our time limit for this area. So let's see how much we can do. And more to the point, I need to build up tolerance. But to be honest, the Mustari are people that have been our tolerance uppers. So we're now full of them. They're everywhere.
All right, then.
So which way do we head through town? The Gauntlet Runner is on the other side of everything. We are at this far end. So no matter what, we're walking through everything. There's a path that cannot be traveled. Probably should head back into the inn to speak to whoever's in there. Way down to works with the mass, it doesn't seem to have slots. Oh yeah, it might not have inheritance slots. The thing is, I can't tell, can I yet? Because the bond hasn't been made, so... Judgments, can they be made? Also, can we warp to other places at this point in time? I guess we're not actually, no, it won't allow us to at the moment.
Where to?
Yep. So we're stuck here for the time being. Oh, you saved our chief's life. For that, I'll offer you my thanks. But let that be the last time you interfere with our business. Island matters should be resolved by island people. Thing is, I can't even stay hanging out on the island beforehand because I want to do the quest, and I'd rather do the quest before I do bonds most of the time. I won't see the quest for a while anyway. It's the big stone. It's over here too. Do I show up anywhere? Like, recognizably? No.
Well, now, what are we on about?
What is it? Oh, there's a podium here. Will there be some debates?
Hey!
Let's see the rock. Just a quick peek and then we'll be off. And so, may as well get the mag that's been building up in the meantime. The top two candidates, Forden and Louise, are absolutely dominating. Rudolph's face is small, but I think he's in third. So much for a fair fight. What? Godot's ranking has dropped a bit. On the other hand, Rella seems to be gradually gaining more support. We're nowhere near the top of this thing, but I feel like your face is a little bigger than before, maybe? Keep at it, and who knows? Maybe your face will get chiseled next to these titans. I hope, anyway. To say Rudolph, the militant. I mean, not that Godot isn't. There's so many conversations happening here.
That's terribly
Biggest face in the rock is the Sanctus Zone Fordham. What a farce this whole thing is. And then after him is that Luis fellow, yeah? And after that, who's next?
It was all in
Can't say. For a moment, our chief appeared, but now... Frustrating, but expected. We can't expect outsiders to care about our plight. Surely the chief understands that. Look over there. It's still small, but I can see that elder boy's face. Who is he really? Him and those companions of his. Think they're after our relic? Where am I? On someone's chin? Certainly hope not. It's not as though the island's troubles would be solved by a new king. Besides, I haven't seen any fairies in such a long time. What's to become of our fair island?
Look at that.
The people seem suspicious. The more interesting thing is you say your chief was third for a second? That means like your people have enough population to absolutely catapult a candidate. According to that. Yeah, I thought I'd check around. Gold beetles. New area and all. They're really out here drying fish on a clothesline. Like laundry. Yeah, you know, that's how it works. The golden deer half. Nice inn by the look of it. I sort of need to take my mask off to eat, but drinking through it's not bad, actually. With a mask on, one drink feels like 10. Bad news can't get in as easy. Makes it easier to forget it all. Yeah, the question is, like, about the mask wearing or not.
Well, isn't this a dilemma?
Why do some wear it and others don't?
What's up?
Oh, I've heard about you lot. I wonder if the food here will beat your taste. Tell me about the island. Very well, for us Mustari, this island is a sacred place, like a holy land. As a matter of fact, Elderbury was once too, but the land was dedicated to the Sanctus Church during its annexation. This island became our only home. As such, we grew more and more isolated. No, he was on the rock, not that he was third. To be honest, you can't see anyone who isn't third, so I say as being on the rock visually for me is third, but yeah, you're right. But still, being 20th when you're just an island is quite a big support all the same.
What's up?
Does this island interact overseas? As you can see, there are some aspects of life on the island that don't travel well. The food, the clothes we wear, our masks. That doesn't mean we shun the outside world. Our chief went to the mainland for the tournament, for example. Even so, it's still a rare thing to see members of other tribes, such as yourself, visiting from overseas.
What's up?
Which dish do you recommend? It's not so much a dish, but we do have a precious fruit that ripens just once a year. It's so precious that, well, it's not something you see served in a tavern like this. I don't even know if you're allowed to have any, though missing out on that flavor would be quite the shame. There's no stopping these drunks. Can't blame them, since we Mustari don't normally speak our minds. You not.
Isn't this a dilemma?
The heat from the simmering pot surpasses anything I felt out in the village. Well, yeah.
Dilemma.
Is that some perpetual something? Maybe.